Hey guys, so today I'm gonna show you how you can create your own app or create an app for someone else using two low code and no code platforms. The backend will be Xano, that's where you store your user information, user details, all the information basically. And Appgiver, which is basically your front end, which is the user interface. So today we're gonna be focusing on Xano. So I already created a new account and I'm gonna just click login. I already input my login credentials. I'll save the password. And it's pretty simple to set up a Zano account. You just go to Xano.com and sign up there. You can start for free, no trial or anything. You could build it all out for free. But when it's time to launch your app, you're actually gonna need to pay a monthly subscription. But it's fairly minimal for what you get, and it'll in help you a lot in your application. So first we'll start off. This is the dashboard. There are tutorials you could watch on their YouTube, or you could just watch my videos. I'll try to upload a video every day, or at least every other day. And then, so this is the dashboard. You'll get your data for API requests. These are your tables. When you sign up, they give you these two tables. This one usually has 3 records. These are just example records, and the user table is basically empty. I added three users. So I'm going to go into users, and this is my user table. This is how the table looks. It's pretty straightforward. If you're used to Excel, then you know, well, columns, rows, and you can add a column, and it'll be like, you could choose from so many things: text, integer, object, table reference, and we'll go into all of these. But for now, we'll just I'll just do an example. I'll do example, save. Now you see I have a new column, and I'm gonna add a new record for you to see, an example record. I'll do mark at email.com. I'll use the password as password1, and you'll see when I click out of it, it hashes off, so nobody could see the user's password. An example, I'll just do ask. So I could also delete this. See, simple. If there's anything specific you want to see me do, you could just simply leave a comment, ask a question, and I'll try my best to answer it, maybe in a video. Then these are your APIs. This is between your database and your front end Appgiver. So this is like, for example, you're at a restaurant, the kitchen where they make your food is your backend or your database. The waiter is your API that sends the request to the backend, and Appgiver is you in the front end. So these are all the APIs. They give you this default one when you sign up and create an account. So this is for when your users need to log in. They reference the user table, and you don't need to touch this. If you have some specific requirements for your user to log in, for example, a phone number instead, you could just change this and adjust these accordingly. But I'm gonna leave it just like that for now, and yeah, So this is for users to sign up. And actually, let me show you. So when you log in, I'll do the one that I just did. mark@email.com, password 1. And you're gonna see they're giving me this auth token. And this auth token is basically your user's unique code to say they've successfully logged in and keep them logged in. Right, so this is the login. And the sign up is basically similar. You check for it to see if the user is registered with the email. And if they're not, then it'll add the record, and the record will have the name, email, and password. But I'm not going to touch this. That's just how it is. So I'll add a user for you to see quickly. Peter. Nope. Peter. Peter@email.com. Password. But as you can see, you require at least one number. So I'll go back and I'll just put password 1. And there it is. You get the same auth token that I just showed you. And this auth token, basically, this is in seconds. So this is how long the auth token is valid for. This is 60 minutes, I believe. So you can change this. It's in seconds, so if you want your users to be logged in for a longer period of time, you could just change it 60 seconds divided by how many minutes you want. You could do the math. Anyway, so that's it for sign up and sign in, I guess, through Zano. This is Appgiver. You could just I'll log out and show you again. So this, you could just create a new account and you just go through the steps. But for now, I'm just gonna sign in and then I'll show you. So this is Appgiver's backend, so you could just create new. So new app, I'll just call it test app. Create. So this is what Appgiver looks like. So these here are your pages. It's the empty page and global canvas. You can't do anything with this, so just ignore it. This page here, you could just click there. You could click remove if you want to remove it, but I'll leave it for now. These are your different tabs. This is the data tab, so you can configure your data. This is how we'll be This is where we'll be connecting Xano to Appgiver, Xano, what we were just on, and add data resource, REST API. Now go back here. Oh, right. So this is the URL endpoint. I'm gonna capture that. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna paste it in, and then I'm gonna just name it user. And you just click save, and then you'll see. We'll go here, test it out, and we'll just click run test. Most times you'll have requirements down here, what you need depending. So for example, they might ask for an email address or phone number or something to search by, but for this endpoint we don't have that, so I'll just click run test. So it takes a while. So here you go. So we have Jack, John, Steve, Mark, and Peter. Remember, we created these two. So I'll show you again. These are your databases. Here's the user. It's Jack, John, Steve, Mark, Peter, and the email addresses. Same information. So we know this works. So we could just set the schema from response, and that basically just saves it, the information, so Appgiver knows what information it's getting back, so you can add it into your application. So I'll click save. Oh, and another thing, down here Xano gives you some tutorial videos. You can go through them. There's like introduction, logic. Oh, that's locked. Don't know what's wrong. I guess you gotta go through each of these first now before you can unlock them. That's new. But anyway, you could just go through it, show me how, and watch the videos, and then just apply them into your app. Anyway, so now here's the user app. If you want to delete it, you go here, click remove. But I'm gonna leave it for now because we're gonna use it. So I'll just show you how easy this is. So you go here to variables. So variables is where everything is stored in your Appgiver. So there are app variables that you could use throughout the whole app, page variables which are specific to that page parameters which is passed from one page to another page if you click into it, and data variables which pulls the data from here where we were just now. So I'll use data variables. Add data variable user. And that's the same user I added earlier. I'm gonna save it as user. It's a collection of records, so I'll click save. Always save your progress. Go into view. Then I'll just click there. I'm gonna repeat this with the data variable. Data. Save. So repeat means if you have a collection of records that you want shown, you could just click this button here and bind it to the user in the data variable here. And then now I can click on this and I could add content. Data item in repeat, current, which means there's the current one, basically. The email address. And I'll click save. So they give you this as an example, but you know, it's not very appealing. So I'm gonna see if I could launch this real quick and show you, and then I'll end this video. Be sure to like and follow and subscribe, please, so that I can continue creating content for you. So this is my test app. Open that. See? So I have jack@email.com, john@email.com, steve@email. So I repeated all the email addresses. So I'm gonna exit that. Oh, so launch, you could just test your app here, basically. So you click on that. You could also download the Appgiver app in your app store and test it out on your phone. But the API calls are very limited because it's a free plan. So if you want it to run faster and better and get all your information, you should pay for a plan. But I'm gonna use a free one for these examples. So to add anything here, you could just use like static, meaning you could type in the text and it's permanent. Data and variables would be like your app variables, page parameters, data variables, sensor variables, which is the sensors on the device, like the accelerometer, etc., GPS location, and system variables. So I'm just gonna end this here for now. So next up we'll see if we can create a login page on Appgiver and a sign up page. Very simple and connected. And let me know in the comments if you want me to show anything specific, because this is really going to be a beginner tutorial, intermediate, all the way up to expert. But I'm gonna do it in order. So if there's anything more complex that you want me to show, just let me know in the comments and I'll try to create a video. I'll see you tomorrow, guys.